Hey everyone, I'm Walker and welcome back to Olive Ave Nails. On this channel we talk about vegan nail polish comparisons and brand reviews with the goal of helping you build the best vegan and cruelty-free nail polish collection for you. And today is a Zoya comparison video, so we're going to be comparing 4 of Zoya's more medium blue creams. The 4 polishes that we're going to be taking a closer look at today are Ling, Mallory, Sia, and Breezi. And I grouped these 4 together because they have a little less white in them, they're a little less kind of super bright blues, and they're a little more of the kind of classic, you know, Crayola blue color. So I grouped these 4 together, but I've also done a review of the 4 or 5 colors that are a little bit lighter than these and a little bit brighter blue. And so I will, I'll link that up above if you want to see the whole Zoya blue spectrum. So I think that these polishes are really appropriate for summer wear. They're still, bright, they're not navy, they're not dark, they're still really, really fun. They're medium blue, so I definitely think that they are appropriate for summer. So if you're looking for a really good summer blue, there are probably some ones that you will love in here. So if you haven't watched one of my color comparison videos, the way that this works is I'm going to show you bottle shots and swatch sticks up close of each of these 4 polishes. And we'll talk about the Zoya description of these 4 polishes. And then I'll use swatch sticks to bring in some other colors from my collection to kind of show you how these compare and also compare these more in detail to each other. And then I'll wrap up with some final thoughts and let you know which ones I loved and which ones I would suggest adding to your collection. Alright, so let's talk about some polishes. The first 2 polishes that we're going to talk about today are actually the 2 that are also the closest in color. So these are Mallory and Sia. And up first we have a close-up of Sia. Sia is described by Zoya as a true royal blue cream. Zoya does note that when you apply this color, you should definitely apply a base coat because it is super pigmented. And up next is Mallory. Mallory is described by Zoya as a Prussian blue with saturated color. Mallory is very, very classic Crayola. Next is Breezi, and Breezi is described by Zoya as a soft, dusty, dirty, medium cerulean blue with an opaque cream finish. And it's described as almost having a denim look. This was by far my favorite from these 4. We'll talk about that more in a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. But this dusty color is just absolutely gorgeous while still being really bright and really blue. The last polish that we're looking at up close is Ling, and Ling is described by Zoya as a vibrant royal blue cream that's evenly balanced. They claim that it flatters most skin tones, and I found it pretty flattering on mine. Up close, we're going to look at Breezi and Ling, and here you can really see those dusty tones in Breezi. It's so pretty, definitely a denim blue compared to Ling that is a little bit brighter. And here are the other 2 that we looked at today, Sia and Mallory. Sia is definitely that like really classic blue color, very pretty, and Mallory is just like a touch darker. I don't know if gray is the right word, but maybe just a little bit less white in Mallory. I do think that these 2, Sia and Mallory, are a little bit hard to tell apart, so they are different, but honestly, I don't know that you need both of them in your collection unless you really want to own every blue color. I think these 2 are pretty close. And now I want to pull in some of my navy polishes just to show you that although Sia and Mallory are really dark compared to Breezi and Ling, they're actually definitely a really bright blue still. So let's look at Mallory compared to Ryan and Sailor. You can see that Ryan and Sailor in this shot look almost black, even though against my black polishes they definitely still look blue. But they just kind of show how bright and pigmented Mallory and Sia are. Oh, this shot is so gorgeous. All of these blues make me so happy. Alright, and next I want to pull in some of the brighter blues that I reviewed in my last video. I'll pop that up again in the top in case you want to see it again. Here's Dory. This is kind of a classic Zoya blue. You can see that compared to these 4, it really is a lot whiter, right? It's got a lot more brightness in it. It's probably closest to Ling, but even if we look at them up close, you can see here that Dory is definitely brighter and whiter than Ling, even though they're both gorgeous. Alright, let's even pull in one more. Yummy was my favorite blue from the last batch that I reviewed, and Yummy is just a couple shades lighter than Dory, and here you can see that it is definitely several shades lighter than Ling, and Ling is really the lightest polish that we looked at in this group today. So here they are again, Yummy, Dory, and Ling, and hopefully this gives you a good sense of exactly how, dark and rich of a blue Ling is. just for comparison's sake, I want to bring in Robin. I grouped Robin with the brighter blues. It's got a little bit almost more green or turquoise in it, but I think it's just really helpful to see it compared to this group. Awesome, let's talk about my favorite part, which is my final thoughts. So first we're gonna talk about Breezy and Ling, and I loved both of these polishes, honestly. They're different enough from each other that I think it's worth having them both in your collection. Breezy was definitely more on the like muted, grayed out side, whereas Ling is a little bit more bright. So they are different from one another. I also think, you know, Ling looks kind of similar to like Dory and Yummy when you look at them in the bottles, but as, you know, we saw them in the swatch sticks together, and it's actually pretty different from those. So if you have either Dory or Yummy, which I talked about in detail in my lighter blues comparison video, my bright blues comparison video, I think that you could still get Ling because I really do think that they are different enough. So yeah, love these two, and if you love either of these, you know, let me know down below. I'd love to hear if there are more Breezy and Ling fans out there. All right, these two. This is Mallory and Sia. Can you tell which one's which? No. Yeah, me neither. Okay. So actually I would say in the bottle, these look more different than on the nail. I'm trying to see how easy it is to see them in this light. So this one over here is Sia, and this is Mallory, and I think you can see that Sia is just like a little bit like juicier, if that's the right word. Like it's a little bit brighter than Mallory. Mallory has a little bit more of a darker blue color, and this one honestly just looks like juicy. On the nail though, these are almost identical dupes. I don't think that you need both of these in your collection unless you are a die-hard, like you want your fingernails to look like Crayola blue crayons every single day of your life, which if you are, great. But I will probably, you know, not need both of these in my collection. I don't even know that I could pick one that I like the best. I think I would keep Sia. I don't know. I think I would keep Sia. The finish on Sia was just like a little bit glossier. It was a little bit like squishier. I kind of liked Sia a little bit more. But honestly, I like them both. And so, I don't know, pick one. All right. Yeah, they're the same. I hope that's helpful. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this color comparison video, if you want to see more like it, you know, definitely give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe. And you can always follow me on Instagram at oliveavnails. You'll see swatches of these polishes and others in my collection as I wear them. Let me know down below if there are some colors that you're really excited about seeing comparisons of. I know Zoya is about to release a new collection, so hopefully I'll have some comparisons of that soon. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.